Hey guys, so today let's talk about how to build an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine. Now, when we talk about an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine, the first thing that comes up is why do we need an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine? As Cassandra Bankson said, skincare is self care. Except when I was starting my sustainability journey, I was also starting my skincare journey at the same time, and I used to feel a lot of guilt buying skincare products because I used to think that, oh my god, am I buying the most sustainable product? And sometimes the most sustainable product was outside of my budget. And sustainable living does not mean depriving yourself of the things that you need to live a healthy life. Then why does imperfectly sustainable skincare come into the picture? Because while sustainable means ethical, eco-friendly, and financially viable, and by ethical, I mean it is good for the people and the animals around us. It does not have any human rights violation. While sustainable means all of that, there are several reasons why you may not be able to reach what you define as sustainable because there is no law telling you what a sustainable skincare routine is. Right? For example, you might define products that are 100% eco safe, that have zero toxins, that are 100% organic and natural as sustainable skincare. But DIY might just not be working for you. You may not have the time for DIY, you may not have the resources for DIY, and you might have to rely on products that are made in the market. So, for that, to calm yourself down, you need an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine. Or maybe you're in the process of transitioning from a skincare routine that is unsustainable to a more sustainable one. Then you're looking for products, except you don't want to change all your products at the same time because it takes your skin 30 days to show the results of a new product. Or maybe there are certain ingredients that your skin needs that you haven't been able to find in sustainable companies yet. That is something your dermatologist has recommended to you. So you're still looking, you're hunting for an alternative ingredient or a company that can source said ingredient sustainably. And to do all of that, you need an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine to reassure yourself that you're on the path to a sustainable life and that it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to buy one moisturizer that has some ingredient that is not the most sustainable as long as you are trying your best to reduce from that one to a zero. So that is why you need an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine. So, what would be my tips for an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine? Number one, go to your dermatologist. I know it is very difficult to speak up, but we have to. Change cannot be done by individuals, change needs to be done by the system. Individuals are part of the system, but we alone cannot do anything. So, and I know that causes a lot of eco anxiety, but please do not feel anxious. You have the power to make change. Your tiny actions do matter, but they would matter more if you could help in changing the system. If you cannot do that, that is also fine. Your individual actions are at least reducing some of the pressure on our planet. But if you can, go to your dermatologist because that serves two purposes. First of all, any sort of change to your skincare should not come at a random person like me's influence. It should come because your dermatologist has suggested a change. Your dermatologist or your general physician or any sort of skin doctor that you frequent who knows how your skin is, who knows your skin concerns, which you should know as well, which will be our next point. So, you should go to them, you should get your skin checked out, you should let know what your skin concerns are, and then tell them, hey, these are the sustainable products I'm looking at. Or can you please tell me what ingredients does my skin need to be healthy, and I can look for them in sustainable products. Excuse me. So that is one thing you can do. As Cassandra Bagson said, turn and learn. So if you just turn the product and you can see the ingredient list, or if you do not have the time and the resources to do that, personally, I cannot read the tiny ingredient lists. A very good way is to go to this website called Zooboop, and this is not advertised by Zooboop. I just love Zooboop. So you go there, they will tell you that are the ingredients eco-safe, are they safe for humans, are they natural and organic, are they clean. While I personally am not a big fan of clean beauty, for those who are interested, the website will give you all of those details if you trust it. But it is always best to turn and learn your ingredients. Look at the ingredients, the quantity in which they are used, and are they helpful for your skin. Like you can go to your dermatologist and be like, hey, these are the sustainable ingredients I have found, and are they good for my skin? If you know your skin concerns, which is our second point, such as, like, for example, I have acne. So I tend to use products with tea tree oil in them because that suits my skin. but I do not use aloe vera because I'm personally allergic to aloe vera. A lot of people would recommend aloe vera for my skin type, not for acne skin type, just for my skin type. And it doesn't work for me. But a dermatologist or a skin doctor would not recommend that because they would recognize that I have an allergy to aloe vera if I inform them. So know your skin concerns, know what ingredients your skin needs, and then find those ingredients in sustainable companies. Try and go for eco-safe ingredients, which was our third point. And our fourth point is try and go for reusables and things which have low packaging or which have take backs and refills. For example, there's this company called Gift Green India. I love their body butter. So this is the body butter I'm talking about from Gift Green India. Let me just like bring it closer. Yeah. So you can see it's not packaged in any plastic, it's packaged in tin. There are other companies which do things like take back programs. They will take back the empty containers and refill them, and you will like sort of get some points for sending those containers back. Or you can have like this zero plastic packaging, right, which can also be reused. Like I'm personally planning on using this to store my pen tips. I have a lot of ink pens, so I can use this to store my pen tips hopefully. So once the body butter is over, this is a very good body butter. It personally helps my skin a lot, but again, ask your dermatologist before you switch to this. So other than that, you can use eco-safe ingredients. You can use things which are reusable, which have low packaging. In terms of reusable, you know how when we use makeup, we need to do a double cleanse. So when you use makeup, you need to do a double cleanse. And sometimes we take our makeup off with wipes, and I realize that is very convenient. I am guilty of doing that as well. But instead of that, if we could have microfiber towels or we could have cotton, and cotton has a lot of its own issues, right? It is one of the most water intensive crops in the world. But if you can find like upcycled cottons or cotton scraps or like old clothes that you're no longer wearing and use them to just make them a towel to clean your makeup up with, or buy those reusable cotton rounds that you can throw in the wash after using them. Those are all very good ways of reusing and recycling and using reusable products, which will reduce the pressure on our planet, because cotton that is used once and then thrown away, like for medical reasons we have to do that, but for removing our makeup or doing a skincare, that might not always be necessary. And using reusables is a very good idea. Not a big fan of DIY, but if it works for you, if you can do it in the right concentration, because my issue with DIY is this, right? We don't know the concentration our skin needs of a particular ingredient. Cosmologists know that. But if you have the knowledge, if you can figure out what your skin needs, DIY is probably a good option. And obviously, keep your skin hydrated. Like, get a reusable water bottle, fill it with water, and drink that water. That is very hypocritical of me to say it because I'm constantly not meeting my water goals for the day. But if you can, Brown Living India has very good reusable water bottles, or any local store will have a good steel reusable water bottle that you can buy. I will link Brown Living India down below. It's an eco store like Amazon, but for sustainable products. So I will link my referral link down below. You can use it. And you can use the code Muses Saga or Anjali Rungta, both of which will be linked down below to get a discount. But basically, get a reusable water bottle, fill it up with water, and hydrate yourself. It keeps your skin young and fresh looking. It's good for your health. It's just great. The only thing is, and this is coming from a friend of mine, Srijani Chatterjee, who's training to be a doctor, that if you're using a reusable water bottle, you have to clean it every day. And once it comes to a point where no matter how much you clean it, it has still got accumulated dirt, you replace it, because then it's unhygienic to use it further. So do keep that in mind. And that brings us to my last tip, which is please, for the love of everything that is good for your skin, use SPF. I am personally using an SPF that I got from Brown Living India. I could not find that company on Zubu, which is why I will not be mentioning its name, because I'm still trying to figure out whether it's 100% sustainable. A win for imperfect sustainability. I found something on a website that advertises sustainable products. I could not find more information about it. I trusted the website and got it for a trial run. But everything aside, find a sunscreen that does not leave a white cast on your face, because no one wants that. That is sustainable, that uses low waste packaging, which mine does, by the way. And yes, find a sunscreen. Even if you cannot find a sustainable one, get a sunscreen that is within your budget and use it every time you're going out into the sun, because sunscreen is very, very important. I do not need to tell you the importance of SPF. And on the same note, do not be like me. Do not forget to moisturize your lips. So I'm using this lip balm right here, which is from this company called Karam Katu, which is an Indian company. It's available on Brown Living India, the link for which will be linked down below. And let me not be a hypocrite and just quickly but yeah, I've been using it for a while. It's quite good. Again, do not switch without asking your doctors, without doing a patch test on your wrist right here to see if you're allergic to any of the ingredients. And yeah, but do not forget SPF, do not forget lip balm. Go to your dermatologist at least once every 6 months or a year if possible, and get to know your skin concerns. Tell them that you're planning to switch to a sustainable product, and show them the products you're planning to use, or get to know the ingredients your skin needs and find those ingredients in sustainable products. Try to find eco-safe ingredients. Try to use reusables like reusable cotton rounds or old t-shirts to wipe off your makeup. Do a double cleanse and stay hydrated. Those are my tips for an imperfectly sustainable skincare routine. And always, always, before you buy something, zoo boop it. Brown Living India is a sustainable website, so you can buy things from there, and you can zoo boop them for an extra assurance that what you're buying is actually sustainable.